Welcome back. It is week 4 of Pantry Challenge and we are doing very well over here. Just a reminder that we are trying to stock up and use things out of our pantry at the same time. So let me show you what we have stocked up on. So I didn't go too crazy this week. I know last week we had a really big haul, but what I bought this week was I bought 4 dozen eggs because eggs have been so expensive. And I had 15% off on top of a 10% off. And so they ended up being reasonable. And I also got some onions because we were out of onions and that's just not acceptable. So we got some onions, got a few other little things like cereal just because they were on a good deal and I was stocking up. And that's all I got aside from my one purchase that I have been waiting for. And you guys, here it is. So the one purchase that I've been waiting for is right here. I got 18 pounds of ground beef. They were $4.50-ish a pound instead of, I like to get them at $3.98, but I think those days are gone because the last few times the deal has come, it's been $4.50 instead of what did I say, 98? So that's okay. The caveat though was instead of being able to get the 1 pound rolls, I had to get it in 3-pound packages, which worked out really well because I was able to package it up into these little bags. So let me show you packaging them up and then we will jump into the pantry and what we've used so far. Well, look who did it again. I filmed on the wrong setting yet again, but we are getting our hair up and we are going to start getting this meat packaged. So I am counting out 18 freezer bags because we are going to be using freezer bags to package up this meat. And what I like to do is write on each of these bags the item that I'm putting in and the month and year. And then sometimes I put the quantity as well, like 1 pound, which is how much I am putting in each bag approximately. But on this day, I decided not to add that in because I felt like it would be pretty obvious just by looking at the bags and because usually I put 1 pound in bags. So I am going through writing on each of them and my marker is dying along the way. And I have no idea at this point that I filmed on the wrong setting. And so I lost the entire beginning of the video and I had to reshoot it. So that is a little bit sad. Hopefully I will learn to make sure that I am not on that setting. But so far we've just been struggling a bit. So here I'm explaining that it's a very important tip to open all of your bags before you start because once your hands are covered in meat, you do not want to have to be opening your bags because that just makes such a mess on the outside of the bags. So we are ready. Let's get this meat into the bags. Okay, let's get going on these. And I'm not going to measure them with a scale today. I'm just going to say 1/3 is good. I do have my trash can out ready right there. So let's see if we can keep one hand clean. I think we probably need a little bit more in here. And I'm going to leave them like this and I will squish them down after. I think that'll just be a lot easier. Okay, I'm just going to try to flatten these out and get as much air out as possible, and this will thaw so much easier than those cylinders. So this actually worked out really well. A little bit more prep work up front, but it'll be way more convenient later on. All right, we did it. I need to get these all in the freezer and then get the counter sanitized, get the trash put away. And then after that, let's go check out and see how we did using things up. Okay, quick pan of the pantry, and it looks pretty full, which is by design. I am wanting to use up the things that have been in here for a long time and add new things in. And so I did use up 2 of these bags, so we only have 1 left. And I have restocked. I told myself you cannot buy the Quest ones until you finish the Atkins, and haven't finished them. I did buy them, but I'm going to finish that before I eat these because these ones are way better in my opinion. We have made some pretty good dents over here. Let me just give you a quick pan. So I do have, my friend has saved some bones for me so I can make some pork stock, which is great. And it looks like I have some room to be doing some canning, which I'm so excited for. I need to get some barbecue sauce on the shelf, and I'm thinking probably some meals in a jar. And then we did use up, well, a little bit of the carrots. We used up a little bit of the, well, let's see. We used the little carrots that were over here. But we also used some sweet potatoes. That's on the list, so that's great. And we used up some of the salsa verde, which wasn't exactly on the list that needed to be used up. And we're doing really well. We only have this 1 jar left of the zucchini pineapple from previous years, and it's doing great. Very brief look into the pantry shows our current state of affairs, and it's looking pretty good. I am going to need to organize a little bit more. I made some English muffins that are here, some other breakfast things that will be gone in no time. These, by the way, these are these little French toast bites that I put, let's see, did I do them in the oven? I think I did. It was just French toast pieces all put together, and then I sprinkled sugar on top of them. And these are so good. I even just microwave them and they're still crispy. So I will be making those again most likely. And then here is our butternut squash pasta sauce. So we did use up the butternut squash, and look at this, you guys, we have stocked back up. I have a very busy month ahead of me, and so I needed a lot of freezer meals, and we did great. This is mainly made up of the, let's see, the quinoa chicken that we made in the crock pot together. It was like a soup type of thing. And then the butternut squash, chicken gnocchi bake, and what was the other thing? The enchiladas as well. So that's mostly what was added into there, and those all turned out so fantastic, and so I'm just very happy about that. We are gonna go out into the garage today, but I have been using up the things from the garage. We currently only have left 2 freezer meals that are from last year. It's the freezer meatballs, and then also, let's see, it's the peanut chicken. So we are doing very well. Let's go take a look at that to-do list and see how many things we have checked off. Okay, here's our list, and yes, I do wear glasses when I'm at the computer. I have a few pairs, 1 for at work, 1 for home, and look, we're matching today, all the purple. Anyways, let's move on to looking at what we have used up so far, and I did a new thing this week. I was getting a little bit confused on how do I know if I've started to use something up, but I still want to use up more. So I put a star on the things that I've already used part up. And so in the canning pantry, you'll see those chickpeas I started. That's great. We still have the black beans. We do still have the pie filling, but Valentine's Day is coming up, so I plan to do a lot of sweet treats then. And we have made some progress on the sweet potatoes and the zucchini pineapple. So we are doing fantastically. Now in the pantry, we have used up some barley and some of the gluten-free flours and nacho protein chips and oatmeal, and then quinoa and whole wheat flour. So many things that we have used part up of, which is just great. For being only on week 4 of this challenge, I feel like so far we are doing so good. And in the outside freezer, I have started to just get things off of the list. We've been checking them off because they're used up. So these are the only things left. And then moving right along, we do have some things in the main freezer, but I am almost done with those opened up veggies. And to the outside, and to the upright freezer, the squash has been started. I need to do a big preserving day where I re-preserve my things that I've preserved, because I put a lot of things in the freezer and I need to find a better use for them. Like these onion tops. Do you have any suggestions for this. This is the green part that's from like the top of the onion, and this is from 2023's garden. I didn't do anything with it. I did think that I could dehydrate it and then turn it into onion powder, but I didn't because I just didn't want that smell in the house of dehydrating onions. So if you have any ideas, it's not that, let me know. I might just blend them up and then make them into those little pucks like Becky does, and we might do that. And then we only have some diced chicken to use in the chest freezer. And if we don't use that, I'm completely okay with it because I like to keep that stocked anyways. But look here, 13 completed. So I did take out the orange juice, let it thaw, and then I just drank it. It was only a cup left. I verified the Thanksgiving rolls are gone. We used up the spinach that we wanted to use, the chicken sausages, and the butternut squash, which all was in one recipe with the gnocchi. So that was delicious. We used up the corn tortillas, and then I didn't film it, but we did have the uncooked enchiladas. That was just enchiladas with raw meat in it. We had those one day, and we used up the rice noodles, drumsticks, and pumpkin pie bars. So we're doing fantastic so far with this pantry challenge. I'm excited to continue. I know I'm doing it a little bit differently because I am stocking up at the same time, but I think that just adds to the fun because I need to make sure to like have room for the things that I want to put in, and I'm being really strategic with it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in seeing what we've actually been cooking, since I know today we didn't cook, you can go check out some of my videos over here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.